Welcome back to my final morning report. Charles Pros on Thursday, 31st of March, with me, Rich Perry, market analyst at Handset Markets. Let's look at gold, and we're still in this downtrend channel. We've had what I see is an interesting move again. These two green candles, these two big upside days that we had in the last 3 weeks, they have both come on. That came on the dovish Fed FOMC meeting, and that came on the dovish Janet Yellen rhetoric, but both have been followed by negative moves. So all these this sort of initial sort of euphoria with gold, strong moves to the upside. I mean, that one was $30, that one was $20 of upside. Both then subsequently met selling pressure, and what we've seen is this downtrend channel forming. So I think rallies are a chance to sell, and the momentum indicators pretty much reflect that. They're all still in corrective mode. You've still got this 21-day moving average, which, having been supportive, has rolled over and turning into resistance. That 1244. The top of that channel today comes in at 1246, and I think ultimately we're still going to put pressure on sort of supports. Really, I don't really see this as a moving as a chart with an outlook that can push on from here. I think it's going to play out, and I think the way that this chart is developing, I don't think it's going to be a drastic sell-off. I think it's going to be a choppy move. I think it's sort of had this run. I think this run higher is now over, and I think we're going to see sort of a phase of sort of ranging sideways, maybe on data, but ultimately I don't see that we're going to see too much further upside, and I think that 1282 resistance is probably now intact. But yeah, I see this as more of a sideways range play than any sort of massive correction going on. I think the pivots are important because, again, what we've seen is coming into play this 1225 pivot, having been supportive, then resistance has again come in as support. So again, I see that is an interesting line at play here. Interesting that we saw 1242.90 coming in twice as your resistance over the last couple of days. So that is clearly a key level. That is underneath the downtrend, and also underneath the pivot at 1247.50, the old pivot there. And momentum indicators pretty mixed, actually, not giving too much away in terms of decisive direction, certainly with the support coming in. But I would still say that I'd play this as sort of using any sort of upside as a chance to sort of go for near-term short positions, because I think there is a trend of lower highs and lower lows on this chart, so therefore you should be playing that trend lower, and ultimately selling the rallies. But I don't necessarily think it's going to be sort of decisively lower. You're likely to get a retest of the 1208 low, I think, but much beyond that, I think there is some pretty decent support coming in. But ultimately, I do see this as a more of a range play now than any sort of trending play. So I wish you good luck in your trading today, and I will speak to you again soon. Thank you.